Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Professionally Unprofessional podcast. I'm Calvin Atkinson. I'm joined once again by my good friends Reese and Elliot.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, my scrunklies and screwballs?
Introduce themselves in the order that I mentioned them. So, time for the show that we normally don't care too much about, but we go into anyway, the Xbox and Bethesda showcase.
I care about the Xbox One. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's Reese who doesn't really care about the Xbox One. No,
Normally, yes.
I think everything was an Xbox exclusive.
No, there were a bunch of things that are coming off Xbox as well, but I mean, it was. I mean, that being said, Xbox coming into this conference having a really hard time because they had their biggest release of the year pushed to 2023.
Yep.
And the only hope we had for
both of them.
Yeah, and the only hope we had for one of them to come out this year was dashed in this presentation. So, right off the bat, we can say there are no major, and I use the word major because there are a couple of smaller ones, major first-party Xbox titles coming out in 2022.
Which also helps explain why Microsoft was so busy trying to buy every available studio.
Yeah, the thing about it is, Xbox did. I think the Xbox made a very smart decision, in the way they presented this one. They said we're going to mainly focus on gameplay, and it's going to mostly focus on titles coming out within the next. I think they said either mostly or almost entirely going to focus on titles coming out within the next 12 months.
No, I think it did say that all the titles they were announcing were coming out in next 12 months.
Now that's a smart.
Yeah, they did.
That's a smart decision because the next 12 because they've got to sort of say, oh, by the way, this is you've got to just ride out the bullshit because we're gonna come out next year swinging, and I think they might have addressed that information in this one. I thought it was I mean, we'll obviously get to our entire thoughts on it, but first game was very predictable. They showed off a gameplay extended trailer for Redfall. This is the one made by Arcane Studios. They closed their E3 show last year with this title. What did you guys think of the extended look of Redfall?
Does somebody have a lot of Left 4 Dead vibes?
Reese, what did you think of Redfall?
Yeah, I feel it's really good.
Yeah, same.
Can I just
it also explains why this was also delayed, because it looks quite polished compared to when we last saw it.
Yeah, well when we
last time we saw it was just like a cinematic trailer, wasn't it?
Can I just add something to this? Is it just me? Kind of nitpicky for a game that's only going to come to Series X, so it's next gen only. I didn't think it looked amazing.
Well, that may also be due to the quality of the stream, because I'm watching it back now, and there's quite a lot of artifacting on the stream itself.
Yeah,
that doesn't really help its problem.
I think it might be its problem, but even then, it just the style of it. I was looking at it thinking, why does this need to be a Series X only game? Why could this not come onto the Xbox One?
Yeah.
Whereas a game that we're going to see later, which we're going to talk about later in this stream, which is Series X exclusive, you're like, no, the scope of that, it had to be Series X. I get now entirely why. I'm not quite getting it with Redfall.
I kind of get what you mean.
Incidentally though, Elliot, you like your vampire fiction. What do you think of the way the vampires are designed and behave in this game?
Well, it definitely shows that like they're going for more of a sort of classic villain vampire, like sort of similar to sort of the Nosferatu or something like that. But they also I'm also interested in like how they made them seem to be really actually quite really powerful.
Okay, the thing it reminded me of most was 30 Days of Night. That's the one it reminded me of.
Yeah. Well, one aspect that I thought was quite funny, they used the same death animation from the Wesley Snipes Blade films for the vampires, where they go into like fire sparkles.
Oh yeah, they do.
Oh yeah.
So that's interesting. But But the next one, now I was a bit spoiled on this one because I heard a good tip earlier that this was going to be part of the Xbox show. But we did get a trailer finally for Hollow Knight Silksong.
After 5 years.
Yeah, no, well, 2019.
No, it's 2019, right? It was announced.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, I was just saying it as a joke. Because it feels like it's been that long.
It does feel like it's been
4 years.
But it's I will say, in regards to Silksong, a couple of things. One, this trailer looked pretty good. It looks like it's going to be really fun to control and play. But the thing that bothered me the most about this trailer, no release date.
Yeah.
My one guess, and again, and this is me being generous and trying to be optimistic, maybe Nintendo are going to be showing that, or are going to be showing some Silksong as well. Maybe we'll get a release window around then.
That wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to say that, but if Xbox wording is to be believed, it is coming out in the next 12 months, hopefully. So that'll be latest June next year. I don't know when they want to put this out, but I think, it's good to hear it's going to be on Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
That's definitely good.
That is a really good third-party get for Game Pass. How do you guys think of the look of Silksong at the minute?
It looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. Definitely looks like sort of an extension to what Hollow Knight was.
Reese, have you played Hollow Knight?
Yes, I've played some of the original. And this looks really good. The action looks even more fast-paced compared to the original as well.
Yeah, well, Hornet was a very fast-paced character in the original game. You saw me on stream. It gave me right trouble.
Yeah.
I will say though, I'm going to be interested what the upgrades are going to be like for Hornet. Like, just how powerful you're going to get this character, and are the enemies going to accommodate that? I mean, Team Cherry's obviously making a lot of money off this just from doing the Xbox Game Pass deal.
Definitely.
Which makes me wonder, do you think Microsoft are kind of cozying up to them to buy them later?
I don't think so. We have had other third-party titles or titles that are going to other consoles be day one Game Pass as well.
Well, again, you also got to remember with Game Pass, it's not just Game Pass. With if someone doesn't want to be bought, you can't just buy them out of nowhere. You can't just buy, like, someone can't just buy my company. They need me and my co-director to approve it, and then I have to work out a deal with them, and there has to be all contract signings, all that.
I don't forget, also has to go through the shareholders as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because
they all get an input.
And again, you go through all that, and if someone doesn't want to do it, it's killed. I wish they put a release date on this, but maybe Elliot's right, and Nintendo wants to do the release date, or Team Cherry doesn't quite know when they're going to bring it out, but they're getting very close to announcing a release date.
I'll be honest. I'm not sat here thinking, we don't have a release date. How could they? I'm just thinking we finally have a trailer for Silksong. Praise be to the Lord of Mighty Gaming, Jeff Keighley.
But I'd also would say I don't think we learnt anything new in this trailer. That it just kind of said, yeah, this still exists and it's probably coming out in the next 12 months.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wanting to show off too much. I wouldn't think.
I know, but at this stage, I think you need a bit more. It needed a little bit more. That's all I'm thinking. And I did say, I think I said in our predictions video, the next time we see Silksong, it needed a release date. We've seen Silksong, but it doesn't have that, and it does feel like I don't feel like we're in a much better position than we were 48 hours ago with this game.
Yeah.
Next game was an FPS that's coming out in October from the creators of Rick and Morty. It's called High on Life.
Which definitely does look like it's from them.
This game looks weird.
Oh, it's got some of the same voice actors.
Yeah, you definitely tell they were like the same voice actors.
Like, yeah, this was just one of those. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
So, my first thought, main thought when I saw it was that the guns, you saw the faces of the guns looking at you. My first thought was, are we shooting the shit at the enemies?
I hope not. I don't really know what to say about this game. I mean, it comes out in October, but I'm not sure I'm gonna really pick this one up. I think this is a multi-plat title, though. I believe this is also coming to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks very imaginative, I guess, with all the different monster designs.
Rick and Morty, the creators of Rick and Morty normally are, though, creative with the whole alien, with all that weird alien stuff. So, I don't know, it looks interesting. I might see it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's going to be on Game Pass, so, I mean, that is cool. But, yeah, this one was a bit weird. Actually, now that I say that, I can't seem to find news of a PlayStation version, so it might be an Xbox exclusive. I mean, it's a cool get. Next one, though, was a very big get for Game Pass. Riot Games are going to be bringing most of their titles to Game Pass in December, and this includes League of Legends.
Which is already free, right?
Yeah, but to make it seem good for the deal, you have all the heroes unlocked if you get it through Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
Can I just say, you know that Civ group I'm in with the guys who are quite big PC gamers?
Oh, yeah.
They were complaining so much about this because they spent so long unlocking all the heroes in League of Legends. It says now just Game Pass subscribers are just going to be able to hit a button and get all of them. I was like, yeah, not my fault. I subscribe to a really good service. Fuck you.
Yeah,
guys.
so I've got the screenshot here. It's League of Legends All Champions, then Wild Rift, which I think was that like the phone ports?
Yeah,
so that's getting All Champions. Valorant is all the agents. Legends of Runeterra is all the cards from the Foundation set, and Teamfight Tactics is all like the little legends, which are like the like little buddies go on the side of the board. Some of those are free.
Whatever you think of Riot Games, this is a very good get for Game Pass, I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Because that's like 5 games right there. You get a bunch of content for.
What were you going to say, Elliot?
No, I'm just saying I agree.
That being said, I think I might try again on League of Legends when this comes out for the service. I feel like having... mainly because the main reason is I'm going to have a bunch of I'm going to gain a bunch of stuff for getting it on Game Pass. And that's really going to piss off the old school League of Legends players, and anything that pisses them off it makes me happy.
Good, as it should.
This one actually kind of surprised me, although I'm not entirely convinced by some of the aspects of it. A Plague Tale Requiem, that gets a release date of it's got a 2022 release window. Showed off a bit of gameplay for it. Looks very similar to the first Plague Tale.
Yeah.
Do you guys think this actually comes out in 2022?
I mean, we got it first announced a good while ago.
Last year was last year's E3.
Oh, last year it was first announced.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was a big part of Xbox's E3 show last year. So, I mean, Xbox is confident it's going to come. It's Xbox Game Pass Day 1. It's coming. They're confident it will come in 2022. Obviously, it's not a Xbox Game Studios title, and it's not. I believe it's a console launch exclusive, but there will be versions going out later. This kind of pisses me off, to be honest. I don't like it when it's going to be multi-plat, and it goes to Xbox first.
Yeah, so as a timed exclusive, you mean?
Yeah, I'm not normally a fan of that one. I think either go all out with it being an exclusive or don't bother.
True.
Like,
yeah.
Like there's one with like there's some of them where I understand. Like Deathloop, I get the contract stuff with that one. I mean, there's a bunch of games that don't that have the deal, but obviously they're going to stay exclusive. Like for example, Final Fantasy VII Remake no longer has to be a PlayStation exclusive. The exclusivity deal has run out on that.
Yeah.
But I know I've had a lot of people predicting we'd see FF7 remake for Xbox in this show. It didn't show up, and I went in not believing that was going to happen, because I've sort of thought, when have Square Enix been working on an Xbox build for Final Fantasy VII Remake? I think if we see Final Fantasy VII Remake again, it's because it's going to go to Steam.
Yeah.
Now, because the deal with Epic Game Store has also expired, so it can now go to Steam.
I keep forgetting that Final Fantasy VII went to Epic Game Store.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it as well.
Because if I'm right, that port is shit.
Yeah, it's really bad. Square Enix are not great at doing their PC versions of their games. One of the reasons I'm glad you have PlayStation 5 now, Elliot, because I'd hate for you to be trained. I hate to think what the Forspoken PC version that's going to Epic Game Store is going to be like.
Oh, I just want to play it at that point. After my terrible experience of trying to download Oddworld Soulstorm, there's no way I'm going back to Epic Game Store.
Like, I have an account, but it's purely for the games with crossplay, like Rocket League and Fall Guys. What do you guys think of the look of Plague Tale Requiem at the minute?
It looks pretty good, if you ask me.
Reece?
Yeah, it just looks like the previous Plague Tale, but with more built upon it.
So, me and Elliot can get this thing on Game Pass. Reece, will you be picking this up on PlayStation or the cloud version that's coming to Switch?
I definitely play the PlayStation version, because cloud versions are not the best way to experience the game, in my opinion.
Ooh,
Who would want to get the cloud version? Who gets the cloud versions of games for Switch? For Switch, seriously.
I think it's only the people that don't have the access to the other consoles. But my other thought is, if you were at all interested in this game, you likely owned the console to play one of them.
In which case, I feel so sorry for the people who tried the cloud version of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that looked rough. I saw gameplay of that. That looked rough.
Yeah, I saw gameplay of that. I thought, are you sure this is right? Are you sure you should have put this to Switch? This looks bad.
I mean, I liked the first Plague Tale game. Elliot, is this a pickup on your Game Pass subscription?
Yeah, I'd say so. I haven't played the first Plague Tale game. I've been meaning to for a while, but yeah, I say I'll pick this up. I've heard really good things about the series.
I might pick this one up. I think it's quite a cool decision. Next was the trailer that we were all expecting, but also a little disappointed. News just in. The new PlayStation Plus has gone live in America.
Ah, cool.
So it's not too far to coming to us then.
Yeah.
Is it meant to come around the end of the month?
End of the month, yeah. Even next week or the week after, we're expected to get it. So the next game was Forza Motorsport. They showed off they really went to town to show off how much they're putting into the Series X version of this game, and how well told to detail they're putting it. But they also announced this is coming in spring 2023, which was the catalyst to say no major AAA titles from Xbox for the entirety of 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to Reece on this one first, because you and I both played a lot of Gran Turismo 7. How do you feel like this?
We both played it, unfortunately, shall we say?
Yes. That was annoying. Oh god, that was. But how do you feel like this looks? Also news just in. One game they didn't advertise that's gone to the service in America, but it might come to us. Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Oh, not the Director's Cut.
Yeah, that's it. Oh god.
We have to endure the basement theme.
Oh, I just want to go to the basement every time just so I can hear how laugh at that one. It's like, I know I'm in a horror situation, but
yeah, just if you ever get too scared of the game, which I'll be honest, I don't think anyone has on the original Resident Evil for years, just go to the basement to calm down.
So I mean, Reese, how do you think Forza Motorsport looks compared to Gran Turismo 7?
I think it looks even better. Because one thing that did let GT7 down was the background environments. Like all those trees and sprites of the people did not look the best.
Yeah,
I mean, Forza was always known for like having really, really good environments and like just really good presentation as a whole.
Yeah, and Gran Turismo 7 doesn't quite nail it on that front. Or it looks like Forza, they were really slowing down the camera to show off all that effort.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot more car damage as well, which we didn't really see in GT7.
Yeah, I've done horrible things to my car in GT7, and it's not looked like I've done horrible things to it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually quite excited for Forza Motorsport, but at the end of the day, I think playing GT7 has really convinced me I much prefer the Forza Horizon games.
I mean, that's not sad, but with the Horizon games, like you get a big open world rather than like a just
track.
It's like you do in the motorsports games.
I think there's a place for both kinds of games, but I think I prefer the Horizon games to the motorsport games.
At the same time, though, I can definitely see more people enjoying the motorsports games if they're just looking for the races rather than like the big world.
And Forza obviously does have a big fan base, so I'm glad for them. But I'm a bit peaked on it. Next game up was Microsoft Flight Simulator update. There's an update coming in November that's going to add helicopters and gliders to the game.
Yep.
Also, just quickly. Is Flight Simulator really 40 years old?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been going on for 40 years.
I'm still shocked by that. I'm not going to lie. I never knew it was that old.
Surprising.
Do you know, I actually got back into playing Flight Simulator a while back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played like a month ago. I decided, do you know what, I'll give this a go. I actually played it through... I didn't want to download the entire thing to the console, so I played it through xCloud. And I know what you're thinking, but it ran almost perfectly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it ran almost perfectly on cloud, and honestly, it didn't look as good as if I downloaded it. But I sort of thought, I don't sure I want to commit to this game at this stage, even with a Game Pass subscription. So I thought I'll give it a go. Not entirely my thing, but when you're just relaxing and you're taking all the sights, it's really good game.
Yeah, because I know I've got a friend who's a pilot, and he's got the full, hands-on throttle controller setup. Yeah. That's supposed to be realistic.
Do you know what the difference you're saying?
Yeah, and he was saying it just plays amazingly. It's dead realistic.
Imagine being a pilot and then going home to play a game where you're a pilot.
No, it's true. It's his favourite pastime because he says it just helps him relax.
I just find it funny that someone would go to work as a pilot, then come home and spend his time just being a pilot again.
Yeah, because basically,
it's like when footballers go home and play FIFA. It's just funny.
I think you mean EA Esports football now, Elliot.
Yes. Yes. I'm so sorry. Pro Evolution Soccer.
Not anymore. It can't. Neither of
us.
I thought
look, you need to understand. My dumbass is still in the fifth console generation. Whenever I think of football games, my first go-to is Pro Evolution Soccer 2005.
Yeah, seriously, I'm struggling to get over the fact they're not called FIFA and Pro Evo anymore. That is weird timeline. But the thing about Flight Simulator is when I first did it, I flew a Cessna from London Heathrow to Dublin International, and all I can say is there is nothing in Oxfordshire. It's just fields for miles, and Oxford, and
just like real life.
Yeah, no, it took me like 2 hours to get to Dublin, and then I botched the landing.
Oh no!
I crashed into a basketball field close to the airport.
Oh god, your final destination it.
Yeah, so with Flight Simulator, it's basically like a desert bus, if you remember that. But in a plane.
Oh, fucking desert bus! Oh, the funny thing is, that game was made as a joke.
Yeah.
More backups for Elliot's theory that for Elliot's belief that the direct is happening on 29th of June.
Oh, what's happened?
Well, apparently Sony Santa Monica, one of the devs from Sony Santa Monica, reckons it's happening that day.
Oh.
Pierce's comments match what VGC has been told, that Nintendo's planning a direct later this month. So, I mean, that would sum up quite well with just after Fire Emblem Warriors comes out and just before...
I thought well, that bunches my theory. I thought that we would be getting it before Fire Emblem Warriors came out. Get a bit more promotion.
I think they want to promote Xenoblade 3 a lot more than they want to promote Fire Emblem Warriors. I think they just want to throw Fire Emblem Warriors out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because the Twitter account for Nintendo Europe have even done more Xenoblade this morning.
Yeah,
with more character promos.
Let's face it, even they know Xenoblade is going to be a bigger hit for them.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the two of them, which one are you guys most looking forward to?
Xenoblade.
Well, I don't know why I bothered asking, Reese.
Honestly, 3 hopes.
I'm gonna say...
look, you need to understand. I'm a Warriors fan, okay? I like the Warriors. I like the Warriors series. What can I say?
I'm more looking forward to Xenoblade 3, if I'm honest. Because
I'm replaying through 3 Houses at the minute. It is awesome.
Also, Xenoblade 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite video game stories ever.
Yeah.
I would say, but the other thing that got announced in this one, and I'm surprised it took them this long to have this in Flight Simulator. They're adding the planes from Halo.
Chip.
Yeah, it's the Pelican, isn't it?
Yeah, they're adding the Pelican from Halo, and I thought, right, I was done with Flight Simulator. That's going to get me back on board. I have to be flying over like Italy in the fucking Pelican from Halo. Just go da 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 da. That is the most
just as you go crashing into the ground, just play the Halo theme on full blast.
No, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, it just gets more distorted the closer to the ground you get.
Can I also just point out, for someone who's got a fear of flying, playing Flight Simulator does not help your fear of flying, because it's always like, wait, why is a plane doing that? Oh god, Flight Simulator, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Definitely.
Next trailer was Overwatch 2. It's announced it's coming to early access release on October the 4th.
Whoa!
And they announced a new character, Junker Queen, who's they're gonna give more detail on later.
I think you mean Overwatch 1.1, Calvin.
Yeah, I looked at this trailer. I was like, how is this a fucking sequel that we've been waiting like 3 years to see come out? Like, when I hear Overwatch sequel, this is not what I have in mind.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. My one theory is that the Overwatch fan base was dying, and they thought this would help to get them back involved.
Well,
and
I think it's a good deal, considering that this will be a Microsoft first-party property this time next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, Overwatch is my favorite FPS, and I am that bitch, so I will probably be playing this in October.
Well, isn't it free if you already have the base Overwatch 1 game? Or am I misremembering that?
It might be, but I also think I don't know how that's going to work for PC players, considering that I'm pretty sure that Activision are going to shut down their PC portal once they're owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how that's going to work out. I mean, obviously they're going to move. If that's the case, good. I hate that bloody interface. Put it on Game Pass, for God's sake. That interface is way better.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm probably the only one who has any sort of excitement for Overwatch 2. I don't know about you two.
Yeah, my excitement's died down. I used to play a ton. If you remember, Calvin, we played a few matches together years ago.
Yes, I do. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was a Reinhardt main. Highest got to was like platinum, I think.
I'm a filthy main.
Meanwhile, Overwatch is that game. I think that looks fun. I'm not gonna play it. Like, there's a one that I think it looks fun, but not really for me. If I would play, my main would definitely be the hamster.
Oh, Wrecking Ball. Yeah.
Just because, like, playing as a hamster in the mech, that sounds like just sounds so crazy. It has to be amazing.
I tried to main him, I really did, but he's quite hard to get your head around. If you can get your head around him, if you get a head around him, you're just the worst player on the field.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next game was a bit of a Civ-looking game. This is one of the few CG-only trailers in this whole thing. It's called Ara History Untold.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was another trailer for Humankind.
Same.
I don't know what to make of this one. I think it looks alright, but it also like, yeah, but Civ is right there, and I actually have
also the anime fan, also the weebs are making fun of the name of this game. Ada Ada.
Yep.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Then we get a bit of a more Bethesda-focused segment. Start with Elder Scrolls Online's new expansion that's coming out next week, High Isle. It looks alright. None of us play Elder Scrolls Online, so don't really have much to make in it. And Fallout 76 is getting an update adding the pit to it.
People still play that game?
Sorry?
People still play that game?
Yeah, it's still got a bit of a following. I mean, if they were going to add anything from Fallout 3, I'm glad they added the pit, because that was one of the best expansions from that game.
Yeah.
When you got that chainsaw thing, I repaired that constantly because it was one of the best weapons in the game.
Oh.
But no, this will not convince me to go back to Fallout 76. First impressions are everything, and you fucked that up morally.
Oh, definitely. Especially because news even broke. It was yesterday or today that about Fallout 76's development, just how terrible it was for the devs. Just massive crunch again.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a massive crunch.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of something that'll put you that puts people in a better mood, Forza Horizon 5 had an update. I suspect they were going to do what Forza Horizon 4 did and have a Lego tie-in. They've not. They're going to have a tie-in with Hot Wheels, and it's coming on July the 19th. I love this.
This is crazy.
It really is.
Crazy. That is absolutely brilliant.
Especially all the tracks everywhere.
Do you want to know the funny thing? Did you know that Hot Wheels meme I sent you in? I saw that meme like seconds after watching that trailer, which just made me piss myself laughing even more.
Oh god. So it comes out on Sunday. I am so gonna play this on Sunday. I love the look of the Hot Wheels expansion. The one thing I could compare it to, I think, were a couple of those like races you can play in GTA 5 Online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that, but again, I think it's meant to more be this version of like the Lego expansion they had.
Yeah.
On 4, which led to that brilliant moment where they aped their old thing of showing the Porsche on stage, and they put the Lego Porsche on stage. So next thing was a new trailer for Arc 2, starring Vin Diesel.
Yep, just being Vin Diesel as he always is.
Yeah, classic Vin Diesel taming and riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
This comes out in 2023, and considering the first time we saw this was the Game Awards in 2020, I think that's a reasonable amount of time for this game to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine this is, I know this is, so this, I mean, they've said this is probably coming in the next 12 months, so I imagine we're going to see this a lot sooner than we think.
Yeah, could do. But were you guys aware that Ark even had a plot in the first game?
No.
I didn't even play it. I never had interest in it when it was when it first came out, and after hearing how terrible the Switch port was, I cared even less.
I genuinely, I saw those Metacritic scores, thought it can't be that bad. Then I saw the screenshots, like, oh my god, how did they allow this to be released?
Oh no, yeah. Oh no, I still remember watching Beat 'em Up's video where he was actually sick and he was pretending that game caused a sickness.
Next trailer, one I suspected was going to come out this year. It's that game Scorn. We saw a bit of this early on with the Xbox being revealed. It's got a release date of the 21st of October. Anyone else think this game has a bit of a weird art direction?
Yeah, it's very H.R. Geiger who did the designs for Alien.
Yeah, it definitely feels very Geiger-esque. It's almost like what if Mewtwo won?
From the looks of it, I think the only thing I can really compare it to, I guess, is one of the Nightmare work or one of the dimensions from Amnesia Rebirth. Which is very underrated game, by the way. I actually still think that game's pretty good.
So, I mean, it looks alright. It goes to Game Pass day one. It's a good deal. It just doesn't excite me, really, all that much.
I'm not even sure what the game is meant to be, honestly.
It just looks like a very typical FPS.
I mean, I'll still pick it up. I'm a sucker for games with weird art direction. So...
Then we got the release for then we got a look into Flintlock. I really don't remember much about that game. Really, that was one of the
I didn't remember it at all.
Same. I thought this was a new announcement. This was a new game.
Let me see. Yeah, Flintlock. It's the hang on a second. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer now. It's that kind of action-driven game. Looks very like Assassin's Creed or Forspoken.
I mean, it looks good. I'll give it that.
It doesn't.
Yeah, because I was watching the trailer and I thought it was Forspoken, but that main character, and they've just changed the game up.
Yeah, and again, I knew it wasn't going to be Forspoken, considering that is going to be a PlayStation exclusive for quite a while. But nothing about this really excited me, so I'm probably going to pass on this one.
I'll probably give it a go. It looks interesting.
Next game, an action strategy game set in Minecraft Legends. I had heard there was a Minecraft RTS in the works, but this is not what I thought it was going to be like.
Yeah, same. Honestly.
Looks alright.
Yeah, it looks like sticking to the art style and everything.
I mean, the trailer looked cool. I liked how with the red cloud showing up, I like how it was all just tiny squares suddenly coming into existence.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now how far along the Minecraft movie is, considering how much Minecraft stuff we're getting over recent memory.
I'll be honest, I'm more excited for the Fortnite movie, and that's just because apparently there are going to be 2 sex scenes in it.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. There was like a report a while ago that apparently the Fortnite movie's going to have like 2 sex scenes in it.
Isn't this game aimed at kids?
12-year-olds.
So kids.
Yep. So kids. Yeah. Next. But how do you guys? What do you guys? I mean, to me, it's kind of like Minecraft Dungeons didn't do much for me, and I don't feel like this is gonna do much for me either. Do you know one of the things that bothered me about Minecraft Dungeons, at least when it launched, and all the Minecraft spin-offs in this sense, is that there's no creation aspect to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the big deals of Minecraft. I know there's a whole bunch of people that just play Minecraft as survival mode. I mean, I'm kind of one of those people because I'm not really bothered about creation stuff. But why would you not give that option there? It feels like weird having Minecraft with no creator stuff.
Yeah, because from that trailer, it looks like you could create stuff because they did build some sort of castle or fortification. But I don't think you're able to freely create. Yeah, and you just force use certain plans. Like
I like with Minecraft Dungeons, or whether like create a dungeon and then put them online for people to try and beat, or in the case of this one, like create maps for battles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think there's going to be a bit more of the creation and crafting aspect in this one than previous spin-offs. So I'll be interested to see how it turned out. Turns out it's coming out next year. That's a very good first-party release for Xbox, I'd say.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well, they do own Minecraft, so it will be understandable that it will be exclusive to them.
No, it's from what I've heard, it's going. The Minecraft games do go multi-plat usually.
Oh, okay.
So, in fact, to such an extent, I actually played Minecraft. When I was reviewing it, I played Minecraft Dungeons on my PlayStation 4, Which is really weird because I'm playing on PlayStation 4. I'm seeing a massive Xbox Game Studios logo every time I boot it up.
No, do you think? No, I think that's weird. You think that's weird? I played Horizon Zero Dawn on my PC with an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, that just feels sacrilegious. Same with God of War.
If it was blasphemous.
I don't feel right playing God of War with an Xbox controller.
I mean, we're going to be talking about what blasphemy later in this, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I know what you're getting on about with that one. Next game, I'm curious about this one. I want to see.
Yep. So this is my personal highlight of the stream.
Oh yeah, no, I can see why you like this one, Reese. This might convince you to get an Xbox or a PC. It's called Lightyear Frontier. It looks like it's kind of like a sort of mech survival game, farming / survival game.
Yeah, it looks all like Stardew Valley meets Max.
I was about to say that Stardew Valley meets Gundam.
You will need to get one, Reese. It is Xbox exclusive.
Yep, which is a shame.
Although it is going to Steam as well. So if you get a Steam Deck, then you can. But that being said, it looks quite good.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it does appear to be multiplayer because there were 3 other mechs at the end with him.
Yeah, I believe this is an always on. I think this is either a heavily online focused or an always online game. Because when I typed it into search for it, it did say online game rather than just video game.
Right.
I still find funny to Chris God the Wars. Remember when everyone was saying that always online is the devil, be always online is terrible? Now it's just a footnote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel a bit weird that whole thing. We kind of just let that one go. I mean, it's always the same. When Nintendo does it, then you know it's an industry standard because they're always the last to get to anything.
Yeah.
Next, but I mean, I like the look of it. I'll give this one. It's got a spring release window. Who's making this one? Oh yeah, it's Amplifier Game Invest and Frame Break making it. I mean, they're good studios. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do with it.
It seems like a fun, relaxing game, even if nothing else works in it.
It also looks like there's a little bit of an adventure aspect to it, which I'm curious on. Next game was a game that I said looked like furry Splatoon, Gunfire Reborn.
Yeah, just exactly what it sounds like. It's like Orcs Must Die meets furries.
I'll be honest, I don't remember anything about this game. But it might have been because at the time, also have been because throughout the entire showcase, I was suffering with an especially bad bout of hay fever.
Oh yeah, that's
summer's a bitch.
So yep, it'll do that to you. It's coming out
October. It says.
That's a decent release, although I'm not entirely convinced by this one. I think I might wait to see what people say about it.
Yeah. It didn't blow me away with the trailer, let's put it that way.
Me either.
Same.
This one, I'm curious about this game. The Last Case of Benedict Frost comes out early 2023.
Yeah, when I think of The Last Case of Benedict Fox, it sounds like it's a game from an already existing series, but if it is, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of looked a bit Metroidvania by the way it looks in the trailer.
Yeah, it looked a bit like that.
So I'm actually I'm getting up the information about this one. This one will come to Steam as well. Yeah, it is a Lovecraftian Metroidvania game, which means again someone's got a picture of me in their office saying we're going to make a game just for that guy.
But yeah, it looks fantastic. I really love the art style and everything.
The art style's great. I think like all the powers that you see him have seem really interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch of detail into the background, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be cool. I've heard some people describe it as Oxenfree meets Hollow Knight, which, if they can pull that off, that will be amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
As I say, it is an Xbox console exclusive. at the minute, but I think this is one of the trailers where they said it's a launch console exclusive, so it will come to other consoles later.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Which, again, is a bit... I always find that weird. Why... Again, go all... Like, I don't mind it when they come along later, they start out exclusive, and then go later. Then they have time to build up a reputation with that console, and then get people... When you immediately say... This is not going to remain exclusive for too long. It's been, well, I'm not going to build up an association with this franchise or this game and this console. And there's a perfect example of this later in this presentation of it had time to build up a reputation for one particular brand, and now it's going to go to another brand. So while it's going to be there, I'm always going to have that association with it there. And it had time to really feel special for being on that system.
Yeah.
I think I might have just got a bit carried away with that one.
I mean, I don't know. You never know how much of it is is Microsoft's doing and how much is the game companies doing.
Yeah, like it's the thing about it is though with Cuphead, I still associate that being an Xbox game just because of how long it was an Xbox exclusive and how much they touted it as an Xbox exclusive, and it was such a which meant it was such, and they never sort of said there's plans to bring this to other things. They just said,
yeah.
And so that when it came to Switch and PlayStation, respectively, it felt like a big deal that it went to those systems.
Definitely.
So next one was one I'm very curious on, but I'm also thinking I'm not sure how I feel about the art style. As Dusk Falls, I heard this game was probably going to come out. I heard this was an Xbox Game Studio Games that probably was going to come out in 2022. It comes out on Sunday, amazingly. It sort of looks like it looks like some motion comic that you control.
Yeah.
Like a bit like a David Cage game or something where there are like multiple paths.
How do you guys feel about the way this game looks? Because I'm a bit in two minds about this one.
I kind of like the art style. If I'm honest, I kind of like the whole sort of comic booky look to it all.
I'm personally not as keen. It looks very washed out from the trailer. It's quite hard to see details and that on the characters.
If they can nail the multiple narratives, I think I'll really like it. But I just played a really good narrative game with The Quarry, and to that extent, I think this. I'm actually not sent. I'm not going to send the review off initially because I'm not so sure I'm happy with the score I gave it at the end of the review, and I think I might want to reevaluate my thoughts on it. But I really enjoy playing The Quarry, so if I'm going to play this on if I'm going to play this on Sunday, I'm sort of thinking, is this going to be one where I'm going to want to eventually do a repeat playthrough, whether with mates or not?
Watch Alvin rage for not getting the choice he wants this Sunday.
I will tell you, actually, the great thing about The Quarry is you can sort of go back on the bad choices you make in that one because it's got a live system to it. You get 3 per playthrough, and if a character dies and there's enough time to go back and change things, it'll let you use one up.
Yeah, personally, I mean, I'm playing it. I've already just decided if any character dies, then fuck it.
You didn't save Abby, you heartless monster.
I'm not that far into the game, so yeah, nothing creepy's happened.
Yeah,
the first I got into is the Truth and Dare bit.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So you're just doing Drago from Rocky 4 then. If he dies, he dies.
Which can I just say, just for that scene alone, Emma is my least favorite character. Fuck her.
You'll like my playthrough then.
You ruined the chance. You might have jeopardized the chance of Nick and Abby getting together, you bitch.
Oh, you got that one. There's 2 ways that one goes about. It's either that or Caitlin and Ryan. Those are the 2 options at that one.
Alright.
I got Abby and I got Emma and Nick as well, which was crap decision. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Emma. We might have gone a bit off topic here.
Who cares? The Quarry's a good game. We might as well talk about it.
Yeah, no, I think this is one of the best games I've played this year so far.
Oh wow!
Like, it's really good. It's not going to be my game of the year, but fuck me, this is a massive improvement over the Dark Pictures anthology.
Better or worse than Until Dawn?
I'd say about on the level at this point.
Okay.
Major reason being that the QTEs are way more forgiving.
That's cool.
Yeah, like for one thing, they're almost all tied to the left analog stick. So and the accessibility options let you alter the timing of them. So if you've got someone who has a difficulty with it, you can actually make them last a bit longer to give them more of a chance.
At the very least, say I do think the dialogue in the game is an improvement from Until Dawn.
Yeah, no, none of the characters do feel a bit more three-dimensional.
Yeah.
So that's our mini review of The Quarry so far. Next game was...
Go play it if you haven't.
Yeah, I would say go and play it. Next game is also coming out soon, June 23rd. It's a game called Naraka.
Naraka Blade Point.
What do you guys think of the look of this one?
Well, I'm a bit hesitant because it seems like it's a battle royale game.
Yeah. This is PC only. This game. This one is not coming to Xbox yet. But
it does say it's coming to Series X and S. But I guess that's later down the line.
Later down the line, yeah. The version that's coming out. It's coming to consoles and Game Pass alongside the campaign mode. Oh no, that's it. This is on PC right now. It's coming to consoles on the 23rd. That's the announcement.
Oh, right, okay.
So, I mean, I've never played this one. I think Fortnite really put me off Battle Royales, but I'm starting to come a bit more around to them because I've played some pretty good ones that I quite like now. It's like,
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
And how many of them were the Switch Sports Bowling?
That was one of them. Switch Sports Bowling, which I did a round before we did this and came third.
Hey.
Which in the first round I got 3 strikes in a row, first time ever.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, and then I still ended up coming third.
Seriously, Switch Sports players, calm the fuck down. How the hell are you so good at bowling?
Yeah, I know. It's like if you don't get at least two strikes in the first round or 2 spares in the first round, you're out. Fucking hell, that game is unforgiving.
Thank Christ there is a single player mode though. Otherwise,
that was a decent announcement, I think. Then we got to get the Obsidian section of the game. They didn't give updates to Avowed and Outer Worlds 2. The first one of which I think is because Avowed, I believe, will come out in 2023. Because I listened to Nate the Hates podcast, and apparently he's actually seen screenshots of it. And he thinks that when we see it, we're going to be a little puzzled, but we're going to really like the look of it.
Okay.
But that falls out of the time barrier. Another game that I expected to be on this thing also fell out of the time barrier to be in this, which because it's obviously not coming out before July 2023. But they did show a trailer for the new game from Josh Sawyer. It looks like a sort of narrative game called Pentiment. What do you guys think of the look of this one? This one looked a bit weird to me.
I love it. I personally think it looks great. It reminds me of those old Renaissance type paintings and parchment drawings.
Yeah,
the art style almost reminds me of that Card Shark game.
Yeah, it does have a bit of that effect. I mean, it'll be interesting to play. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. To me, this feels like one Microsoft should say to Nintendo, "Do you want it?" With this game, because this looks like it would fit really well on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, Josh Sawyer is a very good creator. I've liked his work in the past. I mean, he's worked on some brilliant games for Obsidian. I'll be interested to see what he brings out with this one. I probably will give this a go at some point. They also announced that the full release of Grounded, 2 years after we got it, finally going to happen on September 20th.
And Bully, the video game.
Yeah, it kind of comes out September 22nd. It's that great joke. I think I can't remember which comedian it was on Not the Week, where it's like unlikely lines here in a sci-fi film. And he said, "Don't honey me, you shrunk the kids."
Yeah, but yeah, I completely forgot this wasn't released already.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
Yeah.
I completely forgot it even existed.
Yeah, you guys didn't know this existed until last year, and now it's actually finally received its full release. I mean,
no one told. Why did no one tell me before last year that we were getting a sequel to The Ant Bully?
Oh God,
that famous film that I only remember because I watched Kappa Kaiju's video on the Onision books.
What about okay, here's here's something I find interesting about this thing. It actually has got an accessibility option for people with arachnophobia, so that the spiders don't appear as spiders.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice of them.
I mean, admittedly, this update looked quite good. I'm glad it's going to get a full release. Obsidian's clearly been working quite hard on it. I just hope they keep up the effort with it and they make it a very good title for people that want to keep going with it. Because otherwise, I'm going to say this wait for a full release doesn't feel like it's worth it otherwise. I feel like this is a game they should commit a bit to.
Yeah.
Then we had a game called Ereban Shadow Legacy, comes out in 2023.
Yeah, it's like a very cool stealth game.
Yeah,
definitely seems like that. It seems pretty interesting.
That's cool. Bad time to show a new trailer for this game. Diablo 4 got a new trailer showing the final class you can play as, the Necromancer.
Yep.
Didn't
even know it was a trailer for Diablo 4 until the car title. Honestly, I keep forgetting this game exists.
Yeah, me too.
I keep forgetting that that Diablo Immortal isn't Diablo 4.
Yeah, oh God. Diablo, what they're doing with Diablo Immortal right now, woof.
Yeah, but especially since I last talked about it in the group chat, it's now the lowest ever scoring game on Metacritic. It's like 0.3.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, and is that bad? One streamer on Twitch spent over $10,000 and still didn't get a legendary 5-star gem.
You have got to be kidding me.
It's such a rip-off of a game.
Yeah,
it's just made to milk money from players' wallets.
Like, I don't know if... You think that Microsoft would do something about that after taking in Activision Blizzard?
Yeah.
Well, they've not taken them over yet.
They don't own them yet. They're going to own them this time. They're going to own them in a few months. They're just.
Okay.
They're just signing
the. That happened by now.
No. These things take a while. You got to remember, Bethesda was like 6 to 8 months after they announced it, but they finally put pen to paper and said we own them now.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, remember, they got announced it in like the summer of 2020, and they didn't own them until like March or April of 2021.
Yeah, so, it definitely took a while.
Look, you need to understand. I don't look up the acquisitions of different game companies because idiot and dumbass.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, no, I wouldn't blame you, Elliot, because I've heard a lot of people think that Activision are owned by Microsoft right now. They are going to be owned.
Yeah, the difference is it's my job to talk about this shit.
No, I know some people who it's their job to talk about it, and they still think they're still acting like Microsoft currently owns Activision. I won't.
I'm not the only dumbass here then. Woo!
But the thing about it is, I don't think even when they do, there's going to be too much change. I think it's just they're going to be more ethical with their future releases.
Yeah. Rather
than this stuff. And also, it does feel a bit bizarre, that whole I mean, it led to that famous moment. Don't you guys have phones?
Moment. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it led to that moment, and it doesn't feel like much has improved in terms of their ethics since then.
No.
I mean, Bobby Kotick's still running the company. What do you expect?
Yep.
He's on the way out from what I gather. And my attitude is still the same. If he's been given a load of money to fuck off, if that makes him fuck off, I'm fine with that. It's like, yeah, take your blood money and fuck off.
In the corporate world, it's called a golden parachute.
Yeah, I don't like the fact he's getting it, but if it makes that company better and if it makes those employees feel a lot more happy, I'd say it's a necessary evil. But I mean, it does feel rather awful that he's probably going to be richer on the back of everything he's done. But if it gets him out of the company, I'm not going to complain. Do you guys think there's going to be enough goodwill by the time Diablo 4 comes out to get people to really buy in to Diablo 4?
I think for the hardcore players, yes, but for the casual population, no. Especially after the damage Immortal has done to the brand.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Reese on this one. I think you might be on something there.
I mean, I feel like maybe even then, because obviously Immortals is just a mobile game. Meanwhile, this is a core Diablo game that everyone has been wanting. Like, what? It's been a decade since Diablo 3 came out.
About that much, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like a lot of the core fan base will definitely be looking to get into this.
So next trailer was a trailer for season 7 of Sea of Thieves comes out.
And here's my question: it took 7 seasons for you to become a captain?
I know, that is bizarre. I spent
that in season 2 or 3. How 4 is the stretch?
I think that's in the base game.
and yet you give that in fucking season 7? The hell were you all the time? A janitor swapping up the poop deck?
I do love the fact that he said one of them was called saying like Booty McBootface.
Yeah.
Like, good to tie into that joke. But Sea of Thieves is pretty good. But but it does feel like that constant now. So every Xbox show, it's like new Sea of Thieves update, and it's kind of like not much has really been added to it. But for the core fan base, I reckon this is going to be a big deal. I really want to get into Sea of Thieves, but I'm just not sure I have the time to completely get into it.
Yeah, I get you.
Does Sea of Thieves even have a plot? Because from everything I've seen, it's just people dicking around on a boat for an hour. Then they stop.
I think each season has their own individual sort of mini plots.
Mm.
I remember one of the earlier ones, you definitely had sort of a plot in that. If I remember, didn't one of them have a time with Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, that was last year's E3. We saw that.
Oh, okay.
Next on the list, Ravenlock comes out 2023. Really don't remember this one much.
No, it reminds me of like an Alice in Wonderland type of game.
Oh yeah, it was that one.
When I saw it, I thought this looks cool, but like, I'm not gonna lie, it does give me a little bit of Bella and Wonderworld vibes.
I know what you mean about that one. That it does.
It doesn't look nearly as bad as that, but still. It does look interesting, though. It does look like fun.
Art style looks interesting. I'll be curious to see how it turns out.
I find it really interesting that like everything except your character is like it's like blocky and pixelated.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do with that one. Comes out in 2023, which is also with our next game. It's called Cocoon. It's from Annapurna Games.
Yeah, I think didn't we see a little bit of this game last year's E3?
I'll have to double check that.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we did. It was like it was that Star Wars looking game. You know, where it looked like you were on Tatooine.
Oh no, that's Planet of Lana. You're thinking.
Oh yeah, that's it. My bad.
This one looks quite good actually. It looks visually very interesting.
Very different direction from Limbo and Inside.
Yeah, because this is from the team that did Limbo and Inside. Yeah, but those guys really change up their style in almost every game, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, a bit like Supergiant Games, then I guess.
Yeah, they very are much like Supergiant Games in that sense. What do you guys think of Cocoon? Is this one you like the look of?
It looks interesting. Definitely, it looks a bit like It's definitely seems to be following like more of a puzzle motif than anything else.
Reese?
Yeah, it was really interesting. If anything, it reminds you of the ending of do you remember the original Men in Black, where it zooms out and all those marbles.
Oh yes, that is great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like Worlds within Worlds.
Now, here's one I'm pretty sure Elliot's very interested in. It's Wulong Fallen Dynasty. It's from Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja.
Yeah, this. I'm very interested in this. I think we only got like a teaser theatrical trailer, but it looks very Warriors-like, very sort of dark Warriors-like, and that's immediately just got me intrigued.
Team Ninja hasn't always won me over, but Koei Tecmo has really won me over the last few years. So I'm going to trust them and go with this one. I don't know about you, Reese.
Yeah, it looks interesting. When I first saw it, I thought it was the next Dynasty Warriors game.
So did
I thought it was
actually.
like Samurai Warriors, honestly.
Yeah, although I was wondering, well, why would they bring... Then I was sort of thinking, well, why would they bring Team Ninja in to help them with that? But obviously, it is this new one. And this next segment, which was the next few games up until the final one, this to me was all about Xbox really trying to aggressively court the Japanese market. And this is their first start. They've done this deal with Koei Tecmo to get this on Game Pass. They really want to take advantage of the fact that PlayStation's almost abandoned, because they've really lowered their marketing in Japan, especially with the shutdown of Sony Japan studios.
The only game I can really think of as of late that have done that have sort of kind of appealed to the Japanese market is Ghost of Tsushima.
And even then, that's developed by Sucker Punch.
It's done by Sucker Punch, yeah.
And that's a Western studio.
That's like the closest thing we've had from them.
Yeah.
In a while.
But it does feel like Sony are really aiming for that American market, whereas Xbox feel like they're still aiming for that market, but they really want to take advantage of the gap that Sony's left in Japan. I mean, Sony obviously still doing very well in Japan. They're selling quite well there, but I think their lack of trust in Japanese studios and Japanese properties might come back to bite them in a few years.
Yeah, because like that, most of that I think after The Last of Us Part 2, I can't remember, it was either Last of Us Part 2 or Ghost of Tsushima, they admitted that they're pretty much fully planning to be working on just like these massive story-based games, which you just think, yeah, that's fun, but I kind of want a lot of the smaller games.
Yeah,
like what you get with a lot of Japanese companies as well.
Yeah, I like those small, very experimental games that Sony did. Like, you look at the games that Japan studios, they do things like Ape Escape and Loco Roco, or really good one I've just gotten back into because I played the PlayStation 4 version, Patapon.
Oh yeah.
Like, I really like Patapon.
At the same time, I guess we do have Final Fantasy 16 coming out.
Yeah, but at the same time, one of the things I'm thinking though is, would the current Sony have a team to make something, or even have the will to make something like a Loco Roco or a Patapon?
I don't think they would. I think that'd be more like Nintendo now.
Yeah, I mean,
to do that.
I just feel like with Sony, they're mostly playing it safe, which is definitely limiting the player base and the kind of level of creativity we'll be getting in the future.
It's why Ratchet & Clank really stands out when you look at it in comparison with all the other big Sony first-party games that are coming out right now. Like, you put Ratchet & Clank next to things like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Returnal and Horizon, and you think it really sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, that's a good thing. Ratchet & Clank was one of the best things I played last year. I love the franchise, but
same.
At the end,
it's my favorite PlayStation franchise.
But I'm wondering, how long does Sony? I mean, obviously it's sold very well. How long does Sony want to keep Ratchet & Clank around? I mean, Ratchet & Clank is kind of now their Mario since they don't control Crash. But
yeah. Spyro.
Do they want a Mario though?
Well, the age of the mascot is pretty much over at this point.
Yeah, but I think people still like those things though. I think.
Yeah, the age of the mascot's kind of over, but you do still have there are a ton of them still like still around when you really look at it. Take Sega for example. They still have most of their old series are gone, but when you take a look at like all their iconic stuff, they're still technically pretty much have mascots.
And at the end of the day, we're always going to look back on the Mount Rushmore of game characters. It's Mario from Nintendo, it's Sonic from Sega, it's Master Chief from Microsoft, and I mean not technically now, but for the time, Crash Bandicoot, PlayStation.
No, I think with Sony they had a large variety of mascots. I don't think that they really set on one, even back in the PS1 days.
That's up. I think that might be up for debate, but it'll be a good debate. The next thing to talk about.
The announcement that no one saw coming.
The maddest one hit today in that conference.
Now, Atlas showed up. They're going to put Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 The Royal on Game Pass. First of which is going to be Persona 5 The Royal, comes on the 21st of October to Game Pass and PC. We also know that from a tweet that was just sent out a bit ago from Nibal's account. I've got it right here. This is from Play Magazine. A press release from Atlas just got sent out. Atlas recently announced their critically acclaimed Persona 5 Royal, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Portable will be coming to Xbox and Windows. These beloved games will also be heading to Steam and PlayStation 5.
Hey, but no Switch.
You know what, though? I'm happy. I just need to get a Steam Deck. And then all the Persona games are portable.
Now, I believe the Switch versions are coming, to be honest. I reckon the next Nintendo Direct, or the September Direct. So I'm not going to rule this out until September, I'm going to say.
Well, remember, we also thought the same with the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters.
Yeah, but the difference is, the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, we didn't have a previous announcement of them being ported. And I still think Pixel remasters are going to come to Switch this year. I reckon we're going to see that soon. The reason I'll say is, if you'd have that September Direct, you could have a good thing say, we're bringing the Persona games, and also at the same time the Xbox and PC are getting it, you're going to get it on Switch. Persona 5 The Royal coming to Switch. My big worry is Reese might be onto something, and they're cloud versions.
Yeah, that's my big worry.
Oh God, I mean, maybe Persona 5 The Royal you might have an excuse because it's a very. Game.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit hopeful. I don't think Persona 5 is too major. It's too difficult of a game to just put naturally onto the Switch. Mind you, I will need some you probably will need to lower the graphics a little bit. But I'm still a bit optimistic about that. But yeah, there's a worry.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because let's face it, we had the same first about Kingdom Hearts coming to Switch, and look what happens.
Yeah, but again, with Kingdom Hearts, I think that.
But at the same time, that was mostly Square. I think Atlas is better with this sort of stuff than Square is. Personally,
yeah, I also think yes, and I think Atlas has been planning this for a while now. I don't think Square was ever really planning to bring Kingdom Hearts to the Switch, and they had to do a rush job.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And even then, this took 7 months with the cloud versions, and it still plays badly.
So, can I ask on something with this one? How do you? More to the point, it's with you guys. Are you going to pick up these games when the Persona 3 and Persona 4 when they come to PlayStation?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I need to replay 4 Golden.
And I am desperate to play 3. Seriously desperate.
I'm very happy to be playing all of these games. I've never played Persona 3, so I really want to get around to playing it now. I will say, though, some people said that they got the wrong version of Persona 3 and they would have preferred Persona 3 FES.
Yeah, Persona 3 portable as opposed to... Is there much of a difference between the two? I'm not really sure.
There's slight differences, but they're basically the same game.
Yeah.
I can gather.
I think my one guess is that there's just a little bit more limitations with the graphics.
Well, this is a Vita game. I mean, they are ports of those two are going to be ports of Vita games at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But they were some of the strongest looking and playing Vita games, so I don't think we're going to get low quality ports here. It's going to be great for PC owners. I mean, they have said that the console version... Now, when I looked at that map, Persona 3 and Persona 4 were both listed as being 2023 releases, and I think that's a smart decision, because as soon as I saw this trailer, I then realised, oh god, that means Persona 6 is not coming out until at least 2024.
Yeah.
Because I think that's still true. I feel like Persona 3 and Persona 4 are being put on consoles as a stopgap game for Persona 6.
I mean, my one thought with that is I'm not really complaining that we're having to wait a bit longer for Persona 6 because Atlas haven't really said anything about it. We're all certain that it is in the works, but they haven't really said. But again, Atlas haven't really said anything about it, so I'm not too worried at this point.
I must be honest. I think they'll show it in September. I think that's when we'll see Persona 6.
Yeah, I feel like Persona 6 will probably, with this whole 25th anniversary thing, I think Persona 6 will probably be the last thing they show off.
And I think it's going to... And I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of people very disappointed with Persona 6, because I'm telling you right now, it will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
That's kind of be expected, really. But I mean, Persona's always been considered a Sony first thing, or at the very least with the main games, they are. Normally, the later games just get ported onto other things later down the line.
Okay. Yeah. So I must be honest. I thought Atlas was going to be at this show, but I thought they were going to announce Soul Hackers 2 was coming to Game Pass. I'm staggered. I'm also staggered how dirty they've done that game now, because I think there's going to be a lot of people that will just hold out for play Persona 5 Royal again.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to but that being said, the more people that get to play these Persona 3, 4, and 5, the better. I'm a little disappointed that Persona 5 is not going to stay on the PlayStation, because I always thought it was the best. I can't now say it's the best PlayStation exclusive, but I
don't say it's the best PlayStation exclusive. I just say it's the best game of all time, so it's no difference with me.
So, but I like the fact the more people are going to get to play it. I really hope it does come to Switch, so that people now can play Persona 5 The Royal and Persona 5 Strikers back to back.
Yeah, but once again, I think I'm a bit more happy if it doesn't come to Switch, because I can still get a Steam Deck. I can still play that game on the go.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job convincing me that I want to play this. I want to get a Steam Deck now, because I between this, God of War, Elden Ring, and Spider-Man, being able to play all those on the go would be amazing. Do you know the one thing that holds me off, though, from doing it, is, one, I've heard the battery life is about the equivalent of an original model Switch for, like, the high-end games. And I'm not sure, after going to the OLED, I'm willing to go back to that battery life. And the other thing is, I feel like the novelty would wear off after a while. Like, the Switch, the novelty does kind of wear off, the whole, you're taking these console-level games on the go. But with the Switch, you've got all those great exclusives as well. So you've now got something to back that up. With the Steam Deck, it's not going to have that. So I'm wondering, how much am I going to enjoy that when the novelty wears off of playing these games on the go?
I mean, I'm still certain I'm going to. I would enjoy it either way, but at the same time, that's just because I'm now able to play Persona 5, Elden Ring, and all the Yakuza games on the go. So I'm going to be completely happy.
As I say, with two of those, with some of those, with the Persona games, I think just hold out a bit, Elliot. I think they will be coming to Switch.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they do.
I suspect we'll see that sooner rather than later, and I would say but Elden Ring is not coming to Switch.
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No, they can barely get Dark Souls 1 to work on Switch.
I actually quite like Dark Souls 1 on Switch. I think it runs alright.
Trust me, after playing Dark Souls 3 on PC so much, Dark Souls 1's frame rate is not good.
The next next release.
The next announcement is Hideo Kojima.
Well, yeah, it's Kojima. He sort of confirmed what we all sort of knew, that Kojima Productions is doing a partnership with Microsoft to do this new game for I believe it's called Overdose. The game that's the name we're hearing being banded around, and this is the game that was going to be the Google Stadia exclusive. And
we all know how that ended.
We know how that ended. And Kojima,
apparently though, that Stadia is still going and they're actually still trying to promote it.
Yeah, but Stadia's not getting this game because they've shut down their internal studios. The deal's fallen through, so Microsoft's now come in and ponied up the money to get this game working. And he didn't want to throw out everything that's going with it. So this is going to be a game that's going to really rely on cloud gaming, in a way, which to me, this is the first time I've been excited by cloud gaming. Because Kojima's doing it.
I mean, I'm still hesitant. You need to understand I'm not really much of a Kojima fanboy. So I'm not really sure. The only couple games I've only really played a couple games by him that I've really enjoyed, those being the Zone of the Enders game and Metal Gear Rising.
Zone of the Enders. I was trying to think what game it was all day yesterday. Now I remember. Thanks for that. What can you play Zone of the Enders on anyway?
You play on PS5 now. It's got number 2 on in HD.
Yeah, you can get the second one on PS5, but if you want to play the first one, I believe you need a PS2. Which is a shame because honestly, unpopular opinion, the first one's my favorite.
Okay. Well, in regards to this game, to me it sounds like Danny. To me, do you know what it feels like? It feels like Danny Boyle directing a Marvel movie. You're not sure it's a good idea, but you really want to see it just to know how it turns out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's how I feel about Kojima doing this sort of cloud game at Xbox. Did you guys see what sort of popped up after the presentation?
No, I've not.
No.
Well, what it was a bunch of Sony fanboys have created a petition on change.org to get Kojima to cancel the game and be sold to Sony.
Oh, shut up.
Jesus.
And I was like, wow.
So salty.
That is so salty. Like, guys, I know if this game turns out well, then Xbox got a really good game and Sony got Death Stranding. But that being said, the whole point of Kojima leaving Konami was he didn't want to be tied down and he didn't want to have a toxic work environment. Stop being a toxic fan environment.
Yep, it's literally just making the case of toxicity just being worse by adding to it.
And I also saw a tweet this morning about it where he said, Kojima, don't forget what fan base made you. I was like, fuck you guys. Yeah. I know Kojima owes a lot to Sony.
No, motherfucker. To you guys, fun fact, Kojima owes you nothing.
That's the one. Kojima owes you nothing, for a start. And two, Kojima doesn't... Kojima owes a lot to Sony. He owes a lot to PlayStation. That's that brand. He owes a bit to that, and he's given back to them. He said his first game after he was done with Konami was PlayStation exclusive. That was a big deal for Sony. Now, whatever you think of Death Stranding, that was really good of him. to do,
Yeah.
and it was really good of the two to work together again. Kojima's obviously had this cool idea. He wants to do it this way. Xbox are really pioneering cloud gaming because they're actually making ones that work. So it's a good fit, and Microsoft are willing to put up the bill. I'm not disappointed at all. In fact, if anything, if I didn't already own an Xbox Series X, this would be the convincer for me to get it.
Yeah.
Just to see how this turns out. Also, the thing for me as well is, Kojima Productions even sent out a thing this morning saying, yeah, we are still going to work with PlayStation in the future. This is not, we're moving to Microsoft full time. It's just this project we want to work with Microsoft. Last project we wanted to work with Sony. This project we want to work with Microsoft. How do you guys? So I think we're all more curious than we are excited for this game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, obviously, I think Kojima's game is quite a while off because obviously he's working with Google Stadia technology. He's now had to shift to Xbox xCloud technology. But the one thing it has convinced me is I need to buy a big Ethernet cable for my Xbox, because if I'm going to be playing a game which requires a constant internet connection, I need the best internet for my Xbox now.
Yeah.
Hello, NASA. I'm gonna need one of your routers. What do you mean with BT?
I'll tell you actually one funny story. Actually, remember I was buying a massive Ethernet cable for the PlayStation for fixing the stream when we had those real streaming issues down the line early in 2020. I ordered one thinking that I was getting one. Turns out I ordered something that electricians normally use, and it was like an industrial thing that wasn't just for the lame person. I was like, what the hell do I do with this? And it turns up in the office. And I thought, oh, everyone's going to be like, oh no, you numpty. They were just laughing their asses off at me.
Oh, good God.
Thanks for the support, guys. I show a why do I ever show a weakness to any of you? You all just make fun of me the second I show a weakness.
At the same time, I think it wasn't much that people weren't just like, how could you fucking idiot? How could you do it? The more was like, of course you did. Of course you did that. What the hell?
He's done it again.
Let's move on to the final game of this one. So they gave us the next 15-minute extended look at Starfield, which will come next year. And I think, it's not got a release date yet, but I think this is a March release.
Yeah.
To me, March sounds about right. Like that second week of March. So it comes between Breath of the Wild and Resident Evil 4 Remake. That to me feels like it's March. Breath of the Wild 2, Starfield, and Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yeah.
Obviously, it could be a bit longer. This game, especially considering, wow, the scope of this game looks like...
Holy hell, when Bethesda said this was an ambitious game for them, they weren't fucking kidding. Yeah. Like, this is Bethesda. They're known for making gigantic worlds, and yet they're saying, yeah, this is ambitious for us.
Over 1,000 planets.
But let's not lose sight of it, because No Man's Sky has like that level of planets. It doesn't mean each one will be meticulously planned and detailed. They could just be randomized.
Nice.
Yeah, the difference is No Man's Sky was done by a very small company. This is Bethesda. I think that's the main difference.
In fact, I'm actually going to say on that basis, I'm going to be more harsh on this than No Man's Sky if it does not live up to that ambition, because you're a lot bigger, you've had a lot more time, and you've not had a hype machine behind you that's constantly forcing you to do this. Like that, I've said on several occasions, I feel really bad for Sean Murray, because he was put out there to fail by people above his pay grade.
Yeah, like he was. You could definitely tell he was not like he was a developer. He wasn't more like someone to be in front of the cameras talking about this sort of stuff. Like, yeah. So,
it definitely looks like there's quite a bit of the Fallout aesthetic and game design in this.
Yeah.
I probably am going to be picking Diplomat as my starting class, just because I love it in these games where you can talk your way out of fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more the perch of saying that if you choose Diplomat, you can force an NPC below you to stop attacking if they're a lower level for a short period of time.
I do like I love the focus. I love all the different world designs that they have coming. It looks like there's a good variety of worlds. The ship customization, the fact you can make your own crew is amazing.
Yep. So I'll give it 2 days before someone makes an X-Wing in it.
Oh God, no! I'm gonna go lower than that. 12 hours. 12 hours. Yeah. Someone's making an X-Wing.
7 minutes. Make it 7 minutes.
Oh God, I hate to think what the speedrunners are going to be like in this game.
Oh yeah.
Now we know that Starfield has Bethesda has a reputation for bugs in their games. I feel like the delay was made to work out most of those. I think they're tired of that reputation.
Yeah.
How stable do we imagine Starfield's going to be when it releases?
I think it'll be pretty stable, but there still will be a lot of frame rate drops, I imagine.
I feel like there's going to be a couple of bug issues, but I don't think it's going to be like anything major. Like I don't think it's going to be anything on the same level of Fallout 76.
No, I think they've learned the lesson with Fallout 76. Like, for one thing, this is the Bethesda A team. The Fallout 76 was moved to the B team, who didn't really have much experience making a game like this. And the demands were getting more and more as the time went on.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I will still be harsh about Fallout 76. It's like, you gave this to a team which wasn't ready to do this, and you gave them demands that they were never going to be able to meet. What did you expect was going to happen?
Yep, especially with 16 times the detail.
Yeah,
that's what I would like to say.
That's I would say though, Fallout Starfield looks like it's visually a massive upgrade in the creation engine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing what the mods are like in this as well. The mods are going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we debate how long it will be till they put in the next wing. How long do you think it'll be before you can ride Thomas the Tank Engine?
About 7 hours.
About 10 minutes ago.
Never mind that. How long till someone puts the Death Star in it? I'm waiting for the Death Star, the Enterprise, and an X-Wing.
Yeah.
Maybe the Milano if someone's feeling a bit.
And for those who are especially nerdy, the base from The Expanse.
Oh yeah. That being said, I wasn't too excited for Starfield initially. I think I'm finally starting to get excited for it. Yeah,
I'm starting to feel a bit of hype. I'm not gonna lie.
Same, yeah.
How powerful is your PC, Elliot? Is the only question I have.
Well, I can run Guardians of the Galaxy without much issue.
Well, trick question, because it still won't be powerful enough no matter what.
I reckon you might be able to run it.
That's why it's in space. We made it so that only NASA can play it.
You got the thing about it is though, this is an Xbox Series X exclusive, which to me says this game is definitely looking for an SSD to be used to power it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Reese, what are your thoughts on Starfield? Has this one convinced you?
Yeah, I personally think it looks really great. The scope of it, we even get a little robot helper as well, which I greatly enjoy.
We get our own little BB-8.
I'm telling you, the second they actually make robot helpers, Reese is going to be the first one to do it. Just say, Master, your dinner is ready. Quiet, Quentin. I'm on podcast. I don't know why you've named your robot helper Quentin, but that's the first name that came to my head. I repeated a Bill Bailey joke in the office one day that got a bit of a laugh, where I said, "Oh, this isn't my hair. This is a small animal I've trained to stay on." Not now, Lionel.
Come on, Calvin. If there's anyone who has a small animal to be his hair, it's obviously me.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this stuff? It's like Cavalier ears.
I've already given my thoughts. When do you guys reckon Starfield releases?
I'll be honest, I think you might be a little over ambitious with the release. I'm going to say it's more going to be around mid-year.
So you're reckoning May, June, that sort of time?
June, July, I'd probably say.
You're going June, July. Reese?
Yeah, I'll go a little bit earlier now, but I'm definitely thinking about the 11 to 12 months from now.
Do you know, I think you guys have convinced me. I think that might be the case. I think Redfall's... I'm now starting to rethink. I think Redfall's the early 2023 Xbox release, and Starfield is the mid-2023 release.
Yeah, I mean, just considering how ambitious they're making this game, I'm now definitely thinking, yeah, they were not going to make the 2022 release.
Okay, so that was the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. So I'll start with Reese. What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. It was a massive improvement over the last one, the Summer Games Fest.
Okay. Elliot?
I thought it was pretty good. I'm not going to say it was amazing, but I thought it was pretty good. Granted, again, I spent most of it in a state of trying not to die from hay fever.
I'm going to say...
But I did still really enjoy it.
If I was going to give it a letter grade, I'd give it a B-.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
I think it needed just a few more... I think they need to say mostly 2022 and 2023, but put a couple beyond that to get people excited for even further in the future of Xbox.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be a lot less really big ones, and the ones that were big were ones we kind of already knew about.
I think the big ones, though, are... they're coming in even further future. It's like Fable's quite a bit off. Fable's a couple of years off. So's Outer Worlds 2. Avowed is coming probably coming next year, but it's not going to be in that time frame that was set out in the thing. So that's why those games didn't appear. One I was surprised they didn't give a little more of an update on, but I also was expecting it not to be at the show, was Halo Infinite. I thought there was going to be more new Halo Infinite news.
Yeah.
I want to point out, that game's been out for nearly half a year. We still don't have co-op or Forge mode.
Yep, and it's also 90% of its player base as well, even with Season 2.
Like, that is... It's so depressing for me, Halo Infinite, because I reviewed it quite well because I saw a lot of potential with it, but it hasn't reached that potential. They've just been dragging their heels with it.
Yeah,
and now it's also got that hit TV show as well to help bolster the brand.
Oh God, don't remind me.
I'll be honest, and again, I know people are probably sick of me talking about this game so much. The only TV show I'm actually kind of video game TV show I'm kind of looking forward to is Alan Wake. But that's only because I feel like that's the only one of the ones we know about that I can really see working as a TV show.
I must be honest, I also think this actually convinced me that Alan Wake 2 is probably coming late 2023, not early.
Yeah, I'm going to say with Alan Wake 2, seeing as they're going for a more horror idea, is going to be probably around Halloween.
Yeah, I think it's Halloween.
I mean, the Alan Wake the remake of it came out around Halloween last year, so... the remaster, sorry, not remake.
One game I was a little surprised it didn't show this off, but it does fall outside the window of release time. And before anyone asks me, I do believe this game is real. Is the new Banjo game?
I'm sorry, I don't think it's real at this point. Just because you saw everyone saying, "Oh, it's definitely going to be coming. It's definitely coming." Then no.
No, I sort of I was believed it was coming up until they said we're concentrating on the next 12 months. Then I went, okay, Banjo's not in this show. Because Banjo is late 2023 or 2024. It's not coming out before July 2023.
I'm so skeptical about that because I've seen articles for the past decade saying that we're definitely going to be getting a Banjo-Kazooie remake, which we still haven't.
I'm going to say the sources I'm hearing this from have talked to actual developers and have said that they are genuinely hearing about this. And what more to me is they haven't just said, "Oh yeah, this is happening." They've said, "Okay, this is how it came about," and that to me says, "Okay, I think they've definitely heard something, that something is in the works." The thing that we can't figure out, the thing that none of these guys could figure out was which one of Xbox Studios is making it. It's not being made by Rare.
Which if you ask me, it's a piss take. Like seriously, you own the company that created Banjo-Kazooie and you're not having them work on the remake?
From what I've heard, it's that Rare didn't want to do it. They're working on the combination of continuing the Sea of Thieves, and they're working on Everwild, which they still haven't figured out what kind of game it's going to be, so they need a lot of time onto that one. I also don't trust
another Anthem situation.
I'm gonna trust. I don't trust this current version of Rare to make a new Banjo game, to be honest, as well.
No.
Yeah, I mean, no offense. I think that all the older, the people who did work on Banjo moved on to Playtonic. Really?
Well, I have heard that. One that got floated around quite a bit was Playtonic had made the pitch to do it, but I'm not entirely convinced it's Playtonic doing it. I know it. I'm fairly convinced it's not Double Fine as well. That's one I also heard thrown around.
I mean, I don't think it's Double Fine, but that's because from what I've heard, and I could be very wrong, but after Psychonauts 2, they were working on a sequel to Brutal Legend, which, if that's the case, fucking yes!
So
yeah, definitely.
I'm going through...
just get rid of the RTS stuff, and then, yeah, we are fully in business.
So I'm looking at all the studios that are currently under Xbox. And the one that stood out to me is maybe they're doing it. Is Compulsion Games, the guys behind We Happy Few.
Huh. Just imagine that. Just imagine you all of a sudden learn that it's fucking Team Ninja doing the Banjo game. Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo Warriors.
Oh, Ninja Theory. Well, Ninja Theory are owned by Xbox, but they're working on Hellblade 2, so I don't think they're making it.
Yeah, actually, that's something surprised we didn't see this time. We didn't see any of the new Hellblade game.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, I think that's late next year, so I don't think it fit in the criteria. One studio that it could be, In Exile. They're the California-based studio that was founded by Brian Fargo, who did The Bard's Tale and Wasteland.
Oh, yeah.
They could be working on Banjo.
I could be wrong. Wasn't A Bard's Tale that game that had the thing on the disc say, turn it over for a scary image and it's a reflection of your face?
Yeah, that was that one.
Nice.
It's not going to be Undead Labs. They're working on State of Decay 3. Turn 10 Studios, maybe? Oh, no, they're doing Forza at the minute, so I don't think they're doing it. Honestly, I don't know who's doing it, but someone, as from what I've heard, it is someone pitched it to Microsoft, and they've said yes. And in my opinion, my opinion is the sources I'm hearing it from don't say stuff like this unless they are absolutely sure. So I'm going to take their word on it. I even sent I even actually asked the source on Twitter after the showcase. I said, I'm presuming that Banjo wasn't in here. Banjo wasn't in here. Is this the reason why? And they said, yeah, it didn't fall in the criteria for the presentation. But Banjo is definitely a thing. I've definitely heard about this.
Is it a? I'm not sure. Is it a new game or is it a remake though?
That's what they couldn't get their head. They couldn't figure that out. They couldn't figure out if it's a remake of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, i.e., like the Insane trilogy, or if it's a new game, or if it's a remake of Nuts and Bolts, or if Nuts and Bolts is getting thrown into the package.
Imagine all the games you decide to remake as fucking Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, I don't mind them remaking Nuts and Bolts.
Next thing you know, we're doing a remake of Banjo Pilot next.
I don't mind them remaking either of those games if they come as part of the package with Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Like, imagine all four of those remade on one package. I mean, you would say at that point, yeah, well, Nuts and Bolts isn't that good, but at least I'll get the other three games.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you guys want to say, I want to wait, I want to see it to believe it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not holding my breath because, again, I've heard many times that a Banjo-Kazooie game, a remake or something, has been in the works, and it's just always been false.
Can I put a wager on this one then?
Okay.
We will see that the Banjo-Kazooie game is real, and we'll see it by the end of 2023. I'm going to put that much faith in it. I'm going to put the wager on it, and if I get it wrong, you two pick my first 2 streams of 2024.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, another game which now this one was rumored, but I do believe this is not real. Was the Gears of War collection? That was going to have like Gears 1, 2, 3, and 4 on it remastered.
I have not heard about that.
Now, that was going around loads, and I was just like, no, that is not getting made. That's not been made. That studio's not working on it. And also, all the Gears games are on Game Pass, and the early ones have frame rate boosts.
Actually, they're not. If I remember correctly, it's only I think it's just Gears 5 that's up on Game Pass.
I'm gonna turn on my Xbox.
Last I checked, the others weren't on there. Believe me, I would have played them if they were.
Hang on, I'm gonna try and find my controller around here, so I can tell it's on. But I'm fairly convinced they were on Game Pass. I'm fairly convinced that the Xbox games were on Game Pass. I'm just gonna
give me a sec. I'll check as well.
Yeah, I'll look this one on Gear. I don't understand why you wouldn't have let's see.
Oh no! I was wrong. It turns out I was wrong. The ones out there are Gears 4 and Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, so you have all those Gears of War games on there already with frame rate boosts. Why would you not say? Why would you now say, let's make a new collection of this when we've done all this work? Like, to me, Xbox are not unless there's a really big deal update going to put remakes of their old games, because they can go back and do these old auto HDR and frame rate boosts. I think Banjo's the exception because that's really far back, because that's an N64 ROM that they're using, essentially. Yeah. But so that's why they want to remake Banjo 1 and 2, if that's the case, or it is a new Banjo game, which it could easily be. The thing about it is a lot of people are very that one I'm surprised didn't show up. I wasn't surprised Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't get an Xbox version. As I've said at the beginning of this thing, I don't think. If Square had made this, they would have to be that's a long job to convert that to Xbox Series X. You're looking at because it's a very big game. You're looking at 2 years you're going to need to port that.
Yeah, someone tells me by the time they get Part 1 on Series X, this Part 2 will have been announced by then.
I don't think it's ever coming to get Xbox, if I'm honest, Elliot.
I'm saying if it does, if not when.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's Xbox right now that I'm surprised didn't show up in this. I'll tell you one thing. I thought this was going to be the big third-party Game Pass deal before the Persona games came. Gotham Knights. I thought Gotham Knights was going to be the Xbox Game Pass deal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't. I would have thought that would have been a very good get for Game Pass. I mean, none of us thought very good for that game, but I think it would do quite well if it went to Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
I can imagine that.
I'm trying to think. I also heard some people say Tales of Arise was going to come to Game Pass.
I don't really see that. I can't really remember, because I don't think the Tales games comes on the Xbox very often. I know Tales of Berseria didn't. I don't think Tales of Vesperia did.
No, Tales of Vesperia did. I actually.
It did. Sorry, my bad. The original.
Yeah.
Or the original did, at least. I don't. Or at least the modern day Tales games. I haven't seen go onto there.
Yeah, I think I think it might at some point. Tales of Arise might come onto Game Pass. I mean, you would have said that about Assassin's Creed Origins, but that's just come on there.
Well, again, I don't know, because we also have as I said, Tales of Berseria never made it onto Xbox at any point.
Yeah, some of the third parties are quite weird about what they do and don't put on Game Pass. I think the only disappointing thing about the really disappointing thing about this presentation was no release date for Hollow Knight Silksong. But again, we've gone over that already.
Yeah.
There's a few Xbox. Other than that, I think I want to see if you back me up on this one. If you back me up on this one, if you think this was maybe they should have shown a few things that go beyond the next 12 months.
Oh, probably they should have as like a teaser towards the end.
Like, I think if they put the Banjo trailer in this thing and just said 2023 or 2024, I think that would have got people excited.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, I feel like Banjo is if they're not doing the Banjo game, they're leaving money on the table, because Banjo is that real evergreen title. It's going to get the younger demographic in there, but it's going to have all those fans of the original game that really love it coming back to it.
I mean, if we get a Banjo remake, fingers crossed we get closer to getting a Conker's Bad Fur Day one.
Again, I think if Banjo gets the treatment, Conker's next on the list.
Yeah.
This is one actually that I'm not entirely surprised, because again, I was listening to Nate Hate's podcast, and he said he thought it wasn't going to show because it wasn't quite the right time. GoldenEye on Xbox, or GoldenEye Online. Now, we know that is definitely a thing because the achievements have leaked online. So we know, but I'm with Nate on this one. I think it's going to come. They're going to time it with the anniversary of the film in August.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Oh God, Nintendo, get out your checkbook. Get it on NSO. Imagine GoldenEye Online. Oh, that is good. I'm gonna love. You'll never see me. You'll never see me again. That being said, I think a lot of people are gonna really say this hasn't aged that well when they actually get around to playing it.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think maybe if they I don't know. Actually, never mind.
But yeah, no, I'm not entirely surprised GoldenEye wasn't here. So on that note, obviously we're going to be back with Anime Amigos on Friday.
Yep. Best of the season.
That's the season, and we're gonna and obviously, but the next one we are not going to do the Capcom show because they've just said it's basically just be updates on stuff they've already announced, and this we were considering doing the next Xbox show, but we thought. We've already done this one. The next one's probably just more updates on things they already announced and some extra gameplay looks. And and also we can't record the normal time because I've got an important meeting at that time.
No. So Ren being fired.
No, it's not Ren being fired, Robot Reese. But we will do the next Nintendo Direct whenever that is.
Yeah.
So, we'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye, people.
Take care,
Goodbye,
y'all.
everyone.